What is up, Wild Gang? It's your boy Otaku Sean coming at you with some new music, y'all. For the first time ever on my channel, we doing non-nerdcore stuff, y'all. Yeah, we're gonna start, branching out, reaching into some other avenues, pulling some other stuff in. I thought, what better to start with than some NF, who just dropped a new track. I think it's supposed to be for an album that he's doing, or it might be like first track on the album. Hope. I'm a huge NF fan. I love Therapy Session. So I'm excited to hear this. So that's enough talking. Let's go ahead and get right into it.
Oh, yeah, I'm on my way. I'm coming. Don't lose faith in me. I know you've been waiting. I know you've been praying for my soul.
Seems like it's about to drop, but I always love the visuals on his tracks. I love this.
30 years you've been dragging your feet, telling me I'm the reason we're stagnant. 30 years you've been claiming you're honest and promising progress. Well, where is it at? I don't want you to feel like a failure. I know this hurts.
So this feels like kind of introspective, like he's talking to himself. Like 30 years, is he 30? I'm guessing like, just, as somebody who is about to be 30, it's kind of like that when you get that age and you start to sit down and think about your life, what you did do and what you didn't do, and start have that internal kind of conflict. This feels like that.
Feel like a failure. I know this hurts, but I gave you your chance to deliver. Now it's my turn. Don't get me wrong. Nature had a great run, but it's time to give the people something different. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce my album.
Okay, so this is the intro track to an album. So I'm guessing he dropped the whole album, or like he dropped this first, like how people will drop one track from the album before the album comes out to get everybody hyped for it. I'm gonna check to see if he's gonna drop the rest of the album. But yeah, and it sounds like he's trying to do something different, because a lot of his tracks are like, which it sounds like a lot of the stuff I've heard from him, that kind of introspective, talking about the stuff he's been going through and all that type. But let's see.
My album. Hope. What's my definition of success? Listening to what your heart says. Standing up for what you know is right while everybody else is. Tucking their tail between their legs. What's my definition of success? Creating something no one else can. Being brave enough to dream big. Grinding when you're told to just quit. Giving more when you got nothing left. It's a person that'll take a chance on something they were told could never happen. It's a person that can see the bright side through the dark times when there ain't one.
Okay, that's supposed to be like the counterpart. Like, he has like the dark counterpart type thing. Okay. All right. Like I said, I like the vibe, because I like the big orchestral sounding, like kind of like instrumentals that he has, but not to say that it ain't good. It sounds like what I'm used to hearing from him. So when you say you're gonna do something different, it's good, but it feels slightly different, but not different for what I'm used to hearing from him.
It can never happen. It's a person that can see the bright side through the dark times when there ain't one. It's when someone who ain't never had nothing ain't afraid to walk away from more perfect, because they'd rather do something that they really love and take the pay cut. It's a person that would never waver or change who they are just to try and gain some credibility so they can feel accepted by a stranger. It's a person that can take the failures in their life and turn them into motivation. It's believing in yourself when no one else does. It's amazing what a little bit of faith can't do. If you don't even believe in you, why would you think or expect anybody else that's around you to? I done did things that I regret. I done said things I can't take back. Was a lost soul.
Man, the problem with this, with the track, now ain't no problem with the track, but like the visuals and the track, like you can tell like there's a message that's trying to be conveyed by the like visuals. And sometimes that detracts from actually listening to the lyrics. Like for me, I'm trying to get the message of like him following like, or the dark, I'm guessing like the dark counterpart leading him astray, like sending him in the wrong direction. That's kind of what I'm getting for this. But like, it reminds me of intro, like that kind of reminds me of intro 3. Like where he's like burying him in the backyard type thing. But like but it's not really like a back and forth like that was. It's just like the visuals reminds me of that. So, cause like, I feel like there's a lot of stuff where it's always like him and like that counterpart, you know? So I don't know. I'm trying to focus on the track, but the visuals is
you too. I done did things that I regret. I done said things I can't take back. Was a lost soul at a crossroad who had no hope, but I changed that. I spent years of my life holding on to things I never should have kept, full of hatred. Years of my life carrying a lot of baggage that I should have walked away from. Years of my life wishing I was someone different, looking for some validation. Years of my life trying to fill a void, pretending I was in. They get it.
I don't know why that's so funny to me. Okay. All right. I don't know why that was fucking hilarious. Yeah, it's like he's 30, like how he's just talking about he spent years of his like life doing all these things like that he feels like, I'm guessing, was a waste of time. That's very relevant for somebody who just turned 30. So yeah.
Necessary evil, difficult to go through, yes, but beneficial. Some would say having a mental breakdown is a negative thing, which on one hand I agree, but on the other hand, it was the push I needed to get help and start the healing process. See, if I didn't,
I like the beat switch up, but I'm still on the visuals, and he done sped up his rapping. So let me go back.
On one hand I agree, but on the other hand, it was the push I needed to get help and start the healing process. See, if I didn't ever hit my bottom, would I be the person that I am today? I don't believe so. I'm a prime example of what happens when you choose to not accept defeat and face your demons. Took me 30 years to realize that if you want to get the opportunity to be the greatest version of yourself, sometimes you gotta be someone you're not to hear the voice of reason. Having kids will make you really take a step back and look in the mirror. At least for me, that's what it did. Wake up every day and pick my son up, hold him in my arms and let him know he's loved. Standing by the window questioning if that is ever going to show up. Isn't something he's gonna have to worry about, don't get it twisted, that was in the shop. Mama, I forgive you, I just don't want him to grow up thinking that he'll never be enough. 30 years of running, 30 years of searching, 30 years of hurting, 30 years of pain, 30 years of fearful, 30 years of anger, 30 years of empty, 30 years of shame, 30 years of broken, 30 years of anguish, 30 years of hopeless, 30 years of hey, 30 years of never, 30 years of maybe, 30 years of later, 30 years of fate, 30 years of hollow, 30 years of sorrow, 30 years of darkness, 30 years of 30 years of baggage, 30 years of sadness, 30 years of stagnant, 30 years of change, 30 years of patience, 30 years of suffering, 30 years of torment, 30 years of 30 years of bitter, 30 years of lonely, 30 years of pushing everyone away. You'll never revolve. I know I can change. We are not enough. We are not the same. You don't have the heart. You don't have the strength. You don't have the will. You don't have the faith. You'll never be.
Okay, see, like I said, this is very like. Am I talking about the right track? Where he like takes him out with the shovel and he buries him in the other side of him in the backyard. This is very that. If that's not intro 3, I'm sorry, but this reminds me very much of that. Like, and it's good. Like, I'm not saying it's not good because I'm like enjoying the track, but it don't feel different. Like it don't feel different. It feels very NF. Like he has a particular style, a particular way he raps, like the way he tells stories in his tracks. This is very that. Not a bad thing, but yeah.
We are not the same. You don't have the heart. You don't have the strength. You don't have the will. You don't have the faith. You'll never be loved. You'll never be safe. Might as well give up. Not running away. You don't have the guts. You're the one afraid. I'm the one in charge. I'm taking up. I'm taking up. Reigns.
Okay. Like I said, I liked it. I love it. It felt, as an NL fan, I thoroughly enjoyed it. So I don't have anything negative to say other than the fact that it said it was going to be something different. So I was expecting to see like a new style or something like that. And it's what I'm used to seeing for NL. So other than that, I love it. Fire. Visuals, I would have to rewatch it again and then listen to the audio without it, because I feel like trying to do both takes away from either. But overall, solid track, man. I love it. That's what I think. Let me know how y'all feel about it down in the comments. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, go run up the original. Thank you guys so much for watching. See ya.